Yes, yes.
Yes, Mataji.
That's very confusing, Mataji. Is Golok in Vaikuntha or
No,
not?
this is all in spiritual realm. All spiritual realm. You have so many, you know, and you have Rams. I will be coming to that.
Okay.
So here Lord Krishna is saying, Ah Brahma Bhuvanat Loka Punaravarti Norjuna. Arjuna is telling, oh Arjuna, you know, from Brahma Loka planet to the lowest planet, to the lowest planetary system. Everyone has to take birth again and again and again. Ah Brahma Bhuvanat Loka Punaravarti Norjuna means they have to come back. Punaravarti means come back. Right? Puna means to come back. So it says, Mam Upetya tu Kaunteya. Kaunteya is a son of Kunti. So that's very clear to us. But those who attain me, Mam means me. Upetya means attain me. Punarjanmana Vidyati. Punarjanma, everybody knows, rebirth. That will never take place. If they come to me, those who attain me, so such clearly he has written, never they will come back to this place again. So again, Krishna is using Mam Upetya. Every time he's saying Mam Upetya, if you attain me, if you attain me. How much Krishna is emphasizing, you know, just a verse later he's saying again. Just a verse later, before also he said Mam Upetya. Here again he's saying that after attaining me, a person will, you know, not take any rebirth again if he attains me. See, there are 14 worlds. We all know there are 14 worlds in our universe. You must have all seen that in level 1, right? 14 worlds are there. 7 worlds beginning with Earth and higher, 6, right? Bhu, Bhuva, Suva. You can read in the chart also. You can see that, right? So you have Bhuloka, Bhuvanloka, Sohaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, we can say same thing. So higher, these are called also, in common language, we call it Swarg. Actually, it's not, there are so many, 6. But we say Swarg Narak, right? In common, wherever you go, we always hear, Are aise karoge to Swarg jaoge, Are aise karoge to Narak jaoge. They say like this in common words. But overall, there are so many. And then there are lower planets also. Lower are hellish abodes, they say Narak. Overall, they call it Narak. But it is like Tal, Atala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala. Right? So there are different lokas, there are different worlds in our universe. Of course, Brahmalok is the topmost among this universe. There are so many other universes, we don't even know how many are there. We can't even count. But and the Patal Lok is the lowest, and Brahmaloka or Satyaloka is the highest. These all lokas, they're all coming under this what do you call, the cloud of Maya. What is Maya? Maya is the energy of God, material energy of God. So all whoever is living in all these 14 planets, they have to go through the cycle of birth and death. All 14. There is no excuse ke okay, ye wale planet mein you don't need to know. Why? Because of the impermanent nature. Because this whole universe is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. It is temporary. So Lord Krishna in previous verse also had told, right, that these worlds to be ashashvatam or temporary. And he also told dukkhalayam also, full of misery. So that kind of world we are living in right now, the world we are living in. And whoever is born in these lokas, they have to die someday. Someday. Like for example, we have like 100 years in this Kali Yuga. But people who are living, or Devi Devtas who are living in those celestial abodes, they live for many years, and then ultimately they also have to die. So, you know, in one of the Puranas, it was mentioned that, you know, there was an incident where Indra offered there is a heavenly, there is an architect in heaven, celestial architect. His name is Vishwakarma. So Indra asked him, he said, can you construct a huge palace? So in this Swarga, he said, okay, I will do that. The extension plan kept on going. Indra would come, change. He said, no, add this also, add this also. He kept on increasing that plan. Construction was going on and on and on and never ending. Vishwakarma got very tired. And he went, he said, God, please help me. What is going on? I'm trying so much. So what the Lord decided to visit Indra. He said, "Hey, what is happening? How many Vishwakarmas have you appointed? How many have are there? How many of Vishwakarmas have you, engaged to construct this the palace or whatever you are wanting to make?" So Indra was very surprised by Lord's question. He said, "No, there is only one Vishwakarma. What are you talking? I mean, I didn't understand." So then God very nicely he smiled at Indra and he said, similar to this, there are so many other worlds, different worlds, infinite universes are there. Each universe will have an Indra, each universe will have a Vishwakarma. So at the same time, Indra saw some several ants, they were just walking towards him in queue. They were just walking in queues. Where are all these ants coming from? So God said, all these ants were Indras in their past life. I have called them to meet you. Indra was just speechless. He didn't know what is happening. Soon after, there was a sage, his sage was, his name was Lomash Rishi or something like that. Lomash only, yeah. He visited Indra. He was carrying a straw mat on his head and he had a circle of hair on his chest. Circle of hair. And in that circle of hair, there were some gaps in that circle. Why you have gaps in that circle? Because some hair must have fallen off. So Indra, of course, whenever rishis come, we receive them very politely and all that. So he did all that Adar Satkar. And then he asked, why are you carrying this mat on the head, if I may ask you? And what does this hair that I see on your chest, what does that signify? It's like circle and all that. I didn't understand that. If you can explain to me. So Rishi said, you know what? I've been blessed with a boon. Like I can be a Chirayu. Chirayu means endless life. I have endless life. So I have got that bone. And this hair that is there you see on my chest it signifies how many times the life has taken place on this universe. How many times? So whenever that one hair has fallen off means one time the universe was annihilated completely. So whenever the official tenure of an Indra ends, this one hair falls off.
Oh,
And
yes.
several such falls because there are several falls that has happened. That is why you can see some gaps, in my chest hair. So Indra was again shocked, speechless again. And then Lomesh Rishi said, you know why I'm carrying this, what do you call this, straw mat on my head? Do you know?
Mm.
I carry because, during the day, it protects me from this sunlight and from rain. It protects me, right? And, at night time, what I can do, I can just spread it on the ground and then I can take some rest. And whenever I want to sleep, I can sleep on it. So that's what he said. My disciples are there, so many shishyas are there. They said, Guruji, we will build a permanent place, very beautiful place for you. You can stay there because you are Chirayu, you can live forever. But I think, when life itself is so temporary, why build a house? What's the point? I have seen life is so temporary. So when he heard this from the Rishi, that someone who has the lifespan of many Indras, after hearing that, he said, I have got a lifespan which will end. He has got a lifespan which is endless. That humbled Indra completely. His whatever pride was there, it got shattered completely. And he thought to himself, what is the point in building such a huge palace if someday I have to leave it and go? So he immediately called Vishnu and said, it's okay. You can stop the construction now. And he said, I release you. Thank you so much for whatever you have done for me. So we understand from this that all these 14 lokas that we are talking about in this universe, they are also within the material energy, realm of material energy, Maya, of course. And so naturally, whoever is living in this material world, they are also subject to cycle of birth and death. So the only thing that can save us is devotional service, surrender to God. Because after death, all these material bodies and everything, then go to his divine abode to stay there forever, right? If we are liberated from the clutches of Maya, upon death we can go to him. Otherwise, no. Then, if we are having into devotional service, surrendered to him, then we will get his divine abode. We will get divine bodies over there, and then we can participate with Krishna in his divine pastimes. Sometimes we can become his, we can assist him in his leelas, and we don't have to take birth again here. We can do all the leelas and enjoy over there. So, but of course, there are some saints, there are some pious souls, they want to come back to this material world, not for themselves, not at all for themselves. They are liberated, but they want to help us, people like commoners like us. They want to, engage in divine welfare. Like there are some people, some go there and they want to assist God in divine Leela. Same way, some saints say, okay, I will go down, I will help, I will try to help them get off from this, dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So they are like great masters, great prophets, whoever has come, like Jesus had descended, right, on earth. He had helped so many to get out of the bondage of Maya. And then they guide us. Srila Prabhupada, they're all messengers of God. They have come down to help us. It is because of Srila Prabhupada that we are all sitting over here, right? Otherwise, who knew what? And that's how they guide us on the path towards God realization. So after telling about this Mam Upetya, that you come to me, if they come to me, and then he talks about the material world and the spiritual world after this. So that we can get some more information. Lord Krishna wants us to get some more information about material world and the spiritual world. And we may at least aspire to get away from this material world and try to go to spiritual world. Lord Krishna is hoping that after reading all this, we may want to go. Otherwise, we are never, we are so happy over here, right? So let's move on to 17 to 22, comparing the material and spiritual worlds, glories of abode. Material world is continually being created and destroyed. Material world never stays, right? Like we have just heard from the story also. And beyond this, this material realm, there is a creation, which is Krishna's abode, where he is present and he can be only and only attained by pure devotion, unalloyed devotion. So let's see about that. Sahasrayuga paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vidojana. Yes, please, anybody who would like to read? Yes, Pravina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Hare Krishna Mataji.
You can see over here, Kali Yuga, we have 4,32,000 years. Dwapar Yuga, double of that. Treta Yuga, triple of that. Satya Yuga, 4 times. And then all that is Mahayuga. Adding all the 4 yugas is the Mahayuga. Kalp means 1,000 Mahayugas is one day of Brahma. So you can imagine, it's beyond my mathematical calculation. I am very poor. I can't calculate so far. Now, for the benefit of everyone, what Lord Krishna is trying to do is trying to describe and the contrast between the material world and the spiritual world. So what Lord Krishna is saying over here, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, 1,000. Sahasra means 1,000. 1,000 what? Millenniums. Put together. Aha yet Brahmana Vidu. That is the day of Brahma. That's what he's saying. 1,000 Mahayuga is one day of Brahma. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmana Vidu. That is Brahma's one day. He's very clearly, he's given the mathematical calculation. We don't have to calculate so much. 1,000 Mahayugas, one day of Brahma, he said. Ratrim Yuga Sahasranta. Ratrim, Ratri, you know, right? It is night. Yuga Sahasrant Antam. After the Yuga Sahasra, Anta happens. Teho Ratra Vido Janaha. So Ratrim Yuga Sahas Antam. When 1,000, that millennium, 1,000 Mahayugas put together is Ratri of Brahma or the night of Brahma. Te Aharatra Vido Janaha. The one, whoever understands this. Vidu means understand. They actually know the day and the night of Brahma. what is this particular shloka actually talking about is the duration of the day and the night of Brahma. That's it. It's like, after hearing this, it's like kind of eye opener, right? Because since Sahasra Mahayuga is one day of Brahma. And then again, same 1,000 millennium yugas put together is Ratri of Brahma. It is kind of, it's an eye opener and baffling also, too much baffling. It's beyond our conception. There's so many things beyond our conception. We can't understand all this because, because when we understand higher aspects of the world, especially about the aspects of Brahmaloka, then what happens is we understand how how small, like a tiny speck, all of us are. Very, very small. So this whole Vedic cosmos or this whole system, they has measurement of time, kala. It's beyond. It's very, very vast. It's beyond our understanding also. Like for example, let's take an insect that is born at night. And within the same night, you know what happens? It grows, it procreates, means it lays eggs, and then it grows old also. Within that night, imagine. Next morning, you will find it dead under some street light. Just imagine. Within that one night, insect was born, it grew, and it procreated, it grew older, and it died also. So if one tells that insect that its entire lifespan was equal to one night of the human, insect will say, come on, what are you talking about? It's unbelievable. Same thing is with us. When we say 1,000 Mahayugas is one day of Brahma and another 1,000 Mahayugas is one night of Brahma, come on, what are you talking about? There is nothing like that. Okay? This is what insect will say to us, because insects one day, one whole life is like one day of human being, one night of human being, you can say. Same way, Vedas have given this time measurements. It's beyond our imagination also. So, like we have just read how Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga put together is Mahayuga, and then 1,000 Mahayugas. Should we laugh? Should we not laugh? I just don't understand this. So, Lord Krishna is trying to tell that this is the knowledge that you have to try and understand. What is one day of Brahma and one night of Brahma? Simple like that, Brahma's one night, one day and night put together will be, you can calculate that, right? 4.32. So you double, you can say 8.64 billion Earth years, you can say, right? What did we read? 311 trillion 40 billion years. That will make lifespan of Brahma. So it's one cycle of this whole universe. So it's I don't think we should go beyond that, because it's inconceivable. So Lord Krishna will continue on this theme. So he was just trying to tell us what is the one day of Brahma over here. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Vidu. If you understand that, same 1,000 Mahayugas is one day and same 1,000 Mahayuga is another night of Brahma. So he continues, he will tell about various planets also and what is going to happen, what's kind of happens over there. So let's see that also. Avyaktadyaktaye sarvaha prabhavantyah ragame ratrya praliyante tatreva vyakta sangyake. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna is talking about material world, he's talking about spiritual world. As of now, he was describing about the material world, right? Especially he was focusing on Brahma. He was telling Brahma's age. He was telling like what happens during Brahma's day and during Brahma's night. So Lord over here, he is telling avyaktat yakta sarva. So what Lord Krishna is saying here? He is talking about sarva. Sarva means all who living beings, living entities. So avyaktat vyaktat. Avyaktat vyaktat prabhavanti. Prabhavanti haragame. Ahagame means game. Agame means from unmanifest. Avyaktat, that is unmanifest. They become manifest, means vyaktat. Unmanifest means nothing is there. Vyaktat means they come. Nothing, from nothing they're coming. What is coming from nothing? Living entities. Prabhavanti, or they are coming. Prabhavanti means coming. So avyakta, unmanifested thing. It is like a frozen. Okay, let's say something is frozen from frozen, and then you thaw it. Thaw means you have to warm it little bit, then it becomes little, it comes out, right? Liquid comes out. So it's in a frozen state, unmanifested state, avyakta. Then vyakta, it comes, you have thawed it and it is coming into shape. Sarvaha means all living entities. Prabhavantya, come out. Ahagami, right? So they are come out. They what comes out? Living entities. Prabhavanti means come out. When do they come out? At the beginning of the day. Beginning of the day. Okay, ahagami. Ahagami means beginning of the day. Then Ratri Agame, when night happens, then what happens? All get annihilated. Praliyante. Ratra Agame, when Ratri comes, everything praliyante. Pralay happens. All annihilated. Everything gone. And again, what happens? All are annihilated. Then what is the next thing that will happen? Tatreva vyakta samyake. Samyake means all that was manifest will become unmanifest. Tatra eva avyakta. Again, it will become avyakta. Whatever was there becomes avyakta again. Right? So first avyakta became vyakta, and then again that from vyakta it becomes avyakta. I hope I was clear and not confusing you further. All that was already, like again I will tell you, frozen thing melted. Now from melted, again it goes back to frozen. Simple, crude terms I'm telling. So this is what is given in the shloka as to how temporary this place is. When the day of Brahma arrives, all that was unmanifest, frozen, become manifest, liquid. And when night of Brahma comes, all that is liquid will become frozen. Manifest becomes unmanifest. Hope I am clear little bit. So this is how the cosmic whole drama or the play is going on in this universe. It's really astounding, amazing, much amazing than whatever movies you all see. Much astounding. The people can come out with so many animated things and all that, but this play that Lord is playing is out of this world. So the 14 worlds, the whole planetary system, everybody has to go through this. What is that? Srishti, that's creation. Then sthiti means maintaining. And then pralaya. Praliyante, he said it. So pralaya. Pralaya is what? Dissolution, gone. So this pralaya or this devastation or this annihilation, many times, people ask this question, what is pralaya? Pralaya means there are two types of pralaya. One is called partial annihilation. One is called complete annihilation. So what happens in partial annihilation? It is when Brahma's day ends and night starts. Then partial annihilation happens. What happens then over there that time? What exactly happens when Brahma's day is ending and night is starting? What happens? When we are curious, we want to know, right? All the bodies that are there, all the senses, sense objects, all the things of places of enjoyment, everything is merged in Brahman. Everything is merged in Brahma. Then what about the living entities, the souls? They take shelter in the body of Lord Vishnu. So this is the partial annihilation. Everything is here and the souls go into the body of Lord Vishnu. And that is when night comes in the life of Brahma. When day comes, what happens? When the day of Brahma starts, all became that merged in Brahma, right? They all manifest again. That from frozen, they become liquid. Like they all manifest. Different bodies will come out. The senses, the sense objects, everything, the places of enjoyment, everything will come out. basically everything will manifest again. So this is called manifest or unmanifest, like, in partial annihilation. So see, there are 14 planetary systems that are there. We are on which? We are on Earth, Bhuloka. And above us, there are 6 lokas more. You can see on the screen, if you can see properly, the 14 lokas, or you can even Google it, you will find it. So there are, 14 worlds. They are called Chaturdasha. Chaturdasha means 14, right? Bhuvanas, lokas. And above the earth, there are above the earth, there are 6 more. And then 7 are below, like we had told in the other shloka also. So these 14 lokas, what are they? They are divided into 7. Swarg loka and Narakloka or Patal loka, you can say. So the 14 worlds, that if you go into Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned in the 2nd canto that there's a Bhuloka, Bhuvar loka. It is mentioned in detail also. Swarg loka, Mahar loka, Jana loka, Tapa loka, and Satya loka. And then, of course, the Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. It has been mentioned over there. So in these 14, when partial annihilation happens, partial annihilation above Swarga, that is Mahar loka, Tapa loka, and Satya loka, these 4 lokas are retained. The partial annihilation, they remain. What all remain? Above Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka. These 4 lokas remain. They are not annihilated. Partial annihilation. They remain. All the rest of the planetary systems, that is Bhurloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, and all the 7 lokas below that, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, and all that, they're all destroyed. Partial annihilation. Right? What happens? Firstly, it is burnt. There will be a big fire, then completely inundated, or you can say submerged in water, complete flooding like thing. That is what happens in the night of partial annihilation. This partial annihilation or whatever dissolution, or it's called Sandhya also. Some places I have read it is Nemitic Pralaya, it is written. So that is what partial annihilation is. It is in broad terms, I'm trying to explain. Then complete annihilation, that's a different description. Everything is destroyed then, right from Brahmaloka to Patalaloka. Everything is destroyed. All the 14 planetary system is destroyed. There is again a huge ablaze, huge fire that is there. And then what happens is there will be maybe a torrential rain may fall, and it will fill up the entire universe. And of course, everything is destroyed. This is called complete annihilation, when 14 worlds are all gone. Otherwise, only 4 lokas are there in partial annihilation. So the entire universe dissolves at the end of Brahma's life of 100 years. Once 100 years of Brahma is completed, when one night is completed, partial annihilation happens. When Brahma's life is completed, then complete annihilation happens. So the whole material creation winds up. Where? Into the body of the Supreme Mahavishnu. So this great dissolution or whatever, it is called Mahapralaya. That is complete dissolution. So partial annihilation happens at the end of the day of Brahma, when the night starts, and complete annihilation happens at the end of life of Brahma. That is what has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam also. So when Shukadev Goswami was narrating this Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, he stated over there that Brahma creates these worlds. How he creates? Similar to how a child is playing with a toy. Nice analogy, right? The child is building the structure with the toys during the day, and he pulls everything apart before going to bed at the night time. So that is what it's happening. Brahma is waking up in the morning, then he starts creating these planetary systems and whatever life forms he wants to create, and then whatever he wants to give. And then what he does, he dissolves them before going to sleep. That's partial annihilation. So when it is time for the next cycle of creation, what does Lord Vishnu do? Mahavishnu, he glances at Prakriti, and but just by glance, Prakriti will start unfolding, and then this process happens. Unlimited universes are developed or created, sorry, and then entire creation, it originates from Mahavishnu. And at the end of complete pralaya, it again merges back into him. So we understand from this, we can completely understand how small we are. It is almost like, for example, I'm just reading, for example, I'm just taking a book or something like that, and I'm just trying to read it. Okay. It's almost like I'm reading the book and says there is a small ant coming over there. What do we usually do? We try to like, just shove it away, right? Same thing is happening with all of us. We are there in this world, and then there will be one point of time when we'll be wiped out. So now, where is this question of becoming proud? What do we have to become proud of? Our lifespan is like a water bubble, like how water bubbles are on the surface of water. It can burst anytime. You'll be gone. Nobody will even know. Then we'll take another birth. Again, all the struggles. But when it comes to the entire lifespan of the universe, that is also compared to a bubble. Like lightning flash, it will go. So we are very, 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 very small, chutku. But then our egos, they are very, 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 very big. So when we read this description in Bhagavad Gita, automatically, this happens in our mind. We become very humble because there are so many big, big things happening around us, and we are nowhere in the picture. It's like in the book, how we show off the ant. It is how in the whole universe we are just gone. So after understanding this, how small we are in this on this planet, understanding this, not to see complete annihilation or partial annihilation, we have to make sure that we are practicing at least bhakti properly, intensely at least, before all this happens, and then we have to at least try to break the cycle of birth and death and go back home, back to Krishna, back to Godhead. This is actually, this is a very, very, very intelligent decision that a person can take, that we are reading Bhagavad Gita. It is not that we are trying to read shlokas, memorize shlokas, know the Sanskrit meaning. Oh, wow, I know Sanskrit meaning. No, nothing like that. It is about realizing the importance of having or getting this rare human form. That is why we are trying to understand. Realizing that the easiest method that is given to all of us in this age of Kali is chanting of the holy name of the Lord, and realizing how urgent it is for us to go back home, back to God, without doing any more time pass in this world. So this way we understand that in the day of Brahma, unmanifested things become manifest. During the night of Brahma, the manifest things become unmanifest. So after saying all this, Krishna is again going to emphasize, on this part of manifest and unmanifest. He'll give some more details, but let's revise this once more. So during Brahma's day, at the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state. And Brahma's night, at the night of Brahma, they are merged into unmanifest again. भूतग्राम सेवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्यागमे वशः पार्थ प्रभवत्यः रागमे. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Again and again, the day comes and this host of beginning is active, and again the night falls, O Partha, and they are helplessly dissolved. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we discussed, right? What happens in the day of Brahma, what happens in the night of Brahma. So here it is said that Prabhavati Ahagame. Prabhavati Ahagame means what? Agame. Agame means arrival. Agame of what? Brahma's day. Aha. Aha means day. When Brahma's day is manifested. Bhutagramasa evayam. So Saha means these, all these. What these? Bhutagram. Bhutagrama means the total, all the living entities, everything. So bhutva, repeatedly they take birth. And then he's telling Partha. Partha is, of course, Arjuna. Hey, Arjuna, you know what happens at this time? Ratriya Agame, when the night comes of Brahma, especially Brahma's night comes, then what happens? Then Avashaha Praliyate. Avasha praliyate pralayo, we all know, right? They automatically annihilated. He's again he is telling the same thing in different words. So, how we have understood over here? He's saying, Prabhavati, Prabhavatya haragame. Prabhavatya agame. Agame means coming. Whenever the day of Brahma comes, things are manifested. Bhutva bhutva. Bhutva means repeatedly. Repeatedly we take birth again and again. Partha, you have to understand when Ratri agame, when Ratri comes, avasha praliyate. Whatever is left is gone. They are all automatically annihilated. So the less intelligent who are not able to understand, they will remain in this material. Who are not able to conceptualize, who thinks all this is waste, there is nothing like that, it's all rubbish. So the less intelligent who are trying to remain in this material world, if they have done very, very good karmas, they will be elevated. They can be elevated to other planets also, higher planets. But again, they have to come back to this planet again. They cannot go back to Godhead. So because during the daytime of Brahma, what happens? They can exhibit, right? They can do a lot of activities in that higher planets, lower planets, in this material world, whole material world. But as soon as Brahma's night comes, partial annihilation happens. So everything is annihilated, all except the first four. So ultimately, when Brahma's life is gone, everything is annihilated over Earth. And it will remain unmanifested for millions and millions and millions of years within the body of Mahavishnu. And when Brahma is born again, first person to be born is Brahma. And when he is born again in some millennium, another millennium, then slowly, others are manifested. So in this, whole stuff goes on. But those who are intelligent, they know. Better surrender to Krishna straight away, direct. Why hold the nose like this? Hold the nose directly. Just take to Krishna consciousness and use this rare human form, human birth. Do devotional service. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And transfer. Go straight away, take the lift and go to Goloka Vrindavan. Even in this life, we can go to the spiritual planet of Krishna if we have those two things I always say. One is seriousness and one service attitude and sincerity. Very, very important that to be able to go to spiritual planet. And then, of course, we'll be very, very blissful over there, assist Krishna in his activities. And we don't have to come back over here and take rebirth, and no need to hear all these sometimes somebody is criticizing you, somebody is saying something. No need to go through any of the miseries. So after hearing or telling us about this, repeating it again, in a way, he has repeated this because we are all mudhas, no? We don't understand if we tell one time. So he's again hammering into our brain. He is going to talk about another world now. We are not aware of that world because we are living here. We are living in this material world. So we don't know about that world. We have been living in this material world for such a long time and we don't know about that world. And that abode is what? That abode is abode of Lord Krishna. So let's see about that. But these are the real problems in this world: birth, death, old age and disease. And we need to get away from all this. Parastasmattu bhavonyah avyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yasya sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyate. Yes, please. Who will like to read this? Yes, Krishna Prasad Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna has been speaking about the material world so far, right? That what happens in the material world in the day of Brahma, night of Brahma. Basically, what is the essence that we have understood is during the day of Brahma, the material manifestation is there. But night of Brahma, whatever manifested was there, it is all getting annihilated or it is gone. The end of the life of Brahma, everything is gone. Basically, this is what we have understood so far. So now Lord Krishna is giving some hope to all of us, all the sadhakas like us, all of us, saying that, there is some other world also. Don't get disheartened. If you are really good, you will be able to come over there. So what Lord Krishna is trying to tell, paras tasmattu bhavonyaha avyakto vyaktat sanatanaha. Parat tasmattu bhavonya means what? There is anya. Anya means another. There is another creation, okay? Bhava, which is para. There is another creation means bhava. Bhava means creation. There is another creation, okay? Don't worry. And you know that creation is what? That is creation is para. Para means transcendental, beyond. And it is sanatana also. Sanatana means it is always there. It is never gone, eternal. And it is also what? Avyakta, avyaktat. It is beyond. Beyond what? Manifest and unmanifest. Like we are in a frozen state, liquid state, frozen state. Nothing like that. It is beyond all that. It is beyond manifest and unmanifest of this material world. Then what Lord is trying to tell us? Yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu. So yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu. When all means sarveshu, what all? Bhuteshu. Sarveshu who? Bhuteshu. Bhuteshu means all this material manifestation. And what happens? Nashyatsu means gets annihilated, gone. Still, spiritual realm remains as it is. Na vinashyati. Yes, sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu. All the bhuteshu means material manifestation. Nashyatsu will be gone. My abode, na vinashyati. It will not be annihilated. It will still remain as it is. So basically, Lord Krishna is telling us that even this world is, no more than spiritual realm remains. When this whole world is gone, nashyatsu, na vinashyati. My realm is never vinash. There is no vinash for my realm. It is eternal. It is sanatan, right? And it remains forever. So he is very nicely explaining about his abode. Lord Krishna has revealed material world. He told about all the 14 planetary system. He told how temporary and ashashvatam it is. Now he's telling about his spiritual abode, saying, see, I'm describing my spiritual abode. It is beyond all this material world. It is everlasting. It is sanatana. It does not get, annihilated, or no dissolution happens. When this material world is gone, your material world, it goes, right? Then my world doesn't go down. It is always there. So this eternal world is created by what? Yoga Maya. Krishna's Yoga Maya is there. Spiritual energy of the Lord. Because in 10th chapter, he says, Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. He says that 1/4, only 1/4 of this entire creation in this material, 3/4 is spiritual realm. He tells Arjuna. In 10th chapter, we'll come across that. He tells Arjuna that 1/4 is only material world. The whole 3/4 is all spiritual realm. Such big material world. We only find this whole Earth only, we think it is everything. There is so many universes we don't even know. And imagine 3/4 of the whole thing is eternal world. And after telling about his abode, Krishna is going to give more details about the spiritual world. Let's see what he is going to tell us. What is he telling? Avyaktoksara ityuktaha tamahu paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante adhyama paramam mama. Very nicely he has explained over here. Yes, Rajeshri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. That which the Vedantists describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Now he's describing about the spiritual world, right? He spoke some details about it in the previous verse. Now he's continuing over it. He's talking about his own abode. He's explaining, he's so sweet, he's so merciful. Who wants to tell? He says, okay, I will not tell about my abode. You have to work hard and come to my place, then only you'll know. No. He is so merciful. He's telling about his abode so that we get attracted and come to him. So here very nicely, with nice pride, he is telling, Tadhama paramam mama, mama, my, Tadhama paramam mama, come, that's my abode, Tadhama paramam mama, this is my abode. So much of pride is telling us, right? Tat means that one. He said Tat Dhama. Dhama means we go to dhams, right? So Dhama, abode. That Dhama, Tat Dhama, that abode. Paramam Mama, that is the supreme. That is so supreme. Paramam Mama, my abode is so supreme. So what is the specialty of your abode, Krishna? If we ask him, suppose we ask that kind of question, so Lord Krishna is saying, the specialty about my abode is, it is avyakta, unmanifested. It cannot be seen. It cannot be seen by people in this material world. You cannot see. And it is what else? What else is about your abode? Akshara. Akshara means infallible. Means it never loses its position. It's not that it is going to fall down or annihilated or anything. No, it is always there. So what else is there in your spiritual world? So Lord is going to, talk about what else is there in his. So he says, Ityukta tamaho. Ityukta tamaho means it is known as paramam gati, paramam gatim. Ityukta tamaho paramam gatim. The ultimate destination. It is the supreme destination. It is the spiritual paramam gatim. So Lord is saying, Iti yukta. I will tell you more. What is it? Paramam gatim. So it is avyakta, it is akshara, it is paramam gatim, ultimate destination. Okay, fine. Okay, it is paramam gatim. Then what else is the specialty of Lord, your abode Lord? If we can ask, it is yam prapya, nanivartante. Anyone who comes to my abode, yam prapya, if they come to my abode, after coming to my abode, nanavivarte, never comes back to this material world. Where? Material. Nananivarte, they will never come back or go back, you can say. Go back where? To this material. Because we are here, so I will say come back. So they never come back to this material world. So they will never return back. Isn't that amazing? Yam prapya nanivartante. So that's the spiritual world. Tad dhama, paramam mama. That kind of dham or abode is mine. My supreme abode. He's introducing his supreme abode. Tad dhama paramam mama. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives a small hint of his personal abode, Goloka Vrindavan, which is that's the supermost planet in the spiritual kingdom. And that abode, he says, is ultimate. Paramam Mama, he has declared it's the supremost planet. He is a kingdom and supremost spiritual kingdom. That's the ultimate destination. He is himself is telling, right? So, Purushan na paramam kinchit takashtha parama gatihi. So when somebody attains that, he will never come back to this material. That what is that supreme abode of Lord Krishna? It is described in some Brahma Samhita, Chintamani, that Dhama. He is also saying Chintamani, place where all the desires are fulfilled. That's the supreme abode of Lord Krishna, Goloka Vrindavan, full of palaces made up of touchstones, and it is the divine abode of Lord Krishna, right? Like for Ram, Lord Rama in the spiritual realm, it is Saket Dham. You can say the Lord Vaikuntha Dham is for Lord Vishnu. There is a lok for Shiva, Shiva Loka. Then there is a Devi Lok, Devi Dham also is there for Ma Durga, right? Which is the Yoga Maya, which is this Maya Devi, Durga. That is why it's called Durga. Durga means fort. We cannot break this Maya. Durga means fortress. We cannot break through this fortress and go to God. Only unless and until we surrender to God, we cannot otherwise break. This Durga Maya has created this whole thing. Srila Prabhupada, he writes in his purport also, on this earth, Vrindavan is 90 miles from Delhi. He's writing in his purport. And he says it's the replica of Goloka Vrindavan up there in the spiritual sky. Lord Srila Prabhupada himself wrote. He himself is the messenger of God, right? He himself is supreme personality. So when Lord Krishna came onto this earth, he spotted this land called Vrindavan, because he was the one who made his abode over there, and it is a replica of spiritual Goloka. So Lord Krishna very, very enthusiastically, he has described his abode over here. Tadhama paramam mama. And after describing that, he's going to talk about how to attain it. Okay, you have said Tadhama paramam mama, this is my abode. Now how to abode? How to go to your abode? Very, very important discussion, right? How to go to that place. We have to go one day. So let's see how to go to his place, how to abode, attain supreme abode. Purushassa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasthanasthani yastantabhani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. Yes, please. Pratima Mataji already read, right? Akash Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji means to attain that supreme abode. The supreme personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading and everything is situated within him. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Keep chanting, Prabhuji. Very nicely chanted today. So till now, Krishna has described the spiritual world, very, very alluring, very, very attractive, right? And he says, come, you can, Tadhama Paramam Mama, you can come. That's my abode. And we can stay with Krishna, reciprocate with him, assist him in all the pastimes, to be a part and parcel of that land, to be in complete, eternally full of knowledge, eternally full of bliss, and on the abode of Krishna. But then, after describing Tadhama Paramam Mama, how to attain that abode, how to go to him. So Lord Krishna is explaining to us how to go. Purushassa para. Purushassa para. So Purusha, the supreme personality is who? Paraha. Means he is supreme. And to whom no one is greater. So Purushassa para. No one is greater than Krishna. Right? So he is telling who is he addressing? Partha. Partha means Arjuna. So he's telling, oh son of Pritha, you have to understand. How can a Lord who is Purushassa para be obtained? So how can he be Labhya? Labhya means how can we get him? How can we attain him? How can we achieve him? Whatever we can say. By Bhaktya. He has used the word Bhaktya. Purushassa para. Partha, please understand. Purushassa para. The supreme person is para. He is beyond. He is transcendental. He is supreme personality. And if somebody wants to labhya or want to get him, how? This is bhaktya, by devotion service, by bhakti. Through bhakti only you can get him. But two. What is that but? It has to be, there is always a condition. Krishna is very nicely, very cunning also. He's put a condition. It has to be ananya. Ananyaya means unalloyed, undeviating devotional service. It's not that humne kar diya bas chalege. No. Unalloyed devotional service. And then the description is also given over here where Supreme Personality of Godhead resides. Yes, yanta sthani bhutani, sthana, bhutani, yena sarvam idam tatam. Yes. So what is it? He is there in the spiritual abode. Yes, yantis sarva bhutani. And then he's saying he's all pervading also. Yastani, yastanta sthani bhutani, yena sarvam idam tatam. Sarvam. Tatam means pervaded. How is he pervaded? Yasya antasthani means within whom. Yasya antasthani. Anta means inside. Within whom? All. All means sarvam. Sarvam idam bhutani. All the bhutani, all the whatever we can see, whatever material manifestations you are seeing, everything is antasthani, within him. Yasyantasthani, antasthani, bhutani, whatever you are seeing, in sarvam, everything, idam tatam, it is pervaded. Where? Within me, antasthani. He is Purushassa para. He is supreme. Partha, they can get me, but you need to have ananya bhakti, unalloyed devotion. Antasthani, inside within me, there is all, everything, all manifestation is there, everything within me. So he is talking about ananya bhakti, firstly, right? Unalloyed devotion. We can go back to that world where Lord is residing, Goloka Vrindavan. But he is also present in this entire creation. How is it? How do we know? He said, Antasthani. Everything is Antasthani. All this Bhutani is Antasthani. That is why everybody keeps saying, no, God is present everywhere. God is present. Even Prahlad Maharaj said, okay, break that pillar, God will come. He is saying, Antasthani, Bhutani. Everything is within me. Same Lord who is in the spiritual sky, Goloka Vrindavan, he is residing abode, right? And at the same time, he is seated in the hearts of each and every one of us. So that is what it means, Antasthani. He is there everywhere, pervading, all pervading, everywhere, present in every small atom in this whole world. So, it is it is not that he is it is not that he is 100% God in his personal form and 10% when he is in the heart of anyone or anywhere. No. It's not like that. He is 100%, he is existing in his Goloka Vrindavan and in us everywhere. It is 100%. It's not that 100%, 90% is there, 10% is over, nothing like that. 100% everywhere, all pervading. And it is because we are so ignorant, we don't recognize his presence around us. When we see the sun, we see the moon, we should be able to see the nature, and we have to try to understand how he's doing all this whole cosmic creation. So in this verse, Lord Krishna is declaring that through bhakti we can know him. Ananya bhakti, bhaktya labhyast ananya bhakti we need. The Lord is saying through bhakti we can know him. In Bhagavatam it is there. Bhaktya ham ekaya. Bhaktya ekaya grahya. Shraddha atma priya sata. Very clearly it is written in Bhagavatam that ekaya, only one way you can get me. How? Shraddha, and you can get me through priya, love. Whoever is worshipping me with through shraddha and love, they will get me. So Lord Krishna is very clearly saying, Ananya Bhakti is very much important. No other path. Only and only to know God, you need to have Ananya Bhakti. So how to attain that supreme abode? By practicing Ananya Bhakti. And how is the supreme abode? Very, very amazing, very nice, very beautiful, everything, right? Very amazing. But Lord is residing over there, but yet he is all pervading over here. It's not that 90% he is there, 10% he is 100% he is always pervading everywhere in the material world as well as in the spiritual world, right? So after telling all this, now Lord Krishna is going to talk about something very, very special. The last 6 shlokas remain, right? This is 22. So 28 shlokas are there. So 6 shlokas, last 6 shlokas, he is going to speak how the soul leaves the body, how the soul should leave the body actually to attain his abode. If you want to go to supreme abode, so how the soul should leave the body. This is very, very important, at least for us, right? So we will see. But there are some points about this lesson. We'll quickly go through it so that we can complete this one. Anybody who would like to volunteer to read this one? Pratima Mataji or whoever would like to read this. If it's so please, yeah.
Okay. This is a translation for
No, these are points from the previous shloka. I'm just revising it. So if anybody can read the smaller fonts, they can.
Mataji, I can.
Yes, please.
Absolute nature. Krishna's abode is not different from him, eternal, free from birth and death, infallible. Krishna's superior energy is opposite to material energy in quality. Unlimited bliss, opposed to the material world which is full of miseries, fulfills all desires, all attractive, unmanifest to mundane eyes, transcendental to manifest and unmanifest, supreme destination, a place of no return.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So this is Lord's description of spiritual world. It is complete, it is absolute, it is eternal, it is infallible, it is, and there is so much of bliss over there. You can have all, you can fulfill all your desires. It is so beautiful. You can't even imagine that one, right? It is so transcendental. That's the supreme destination of Lord Krishna. And it is a destination from where one will never ever come back to this dukkhalayam ashashvatam. After saying this, we go and move on to next section, which is very, very interesting actually. 23 to 28 tomorrow we'll finish it. How, you know, we can, how the soul should leave the body and go to his abode. And we'll see the supremacy of devotion in attaining the Supreme and supremacy of bhakti in attaining the Supreme and attaining the Supreme through mystic yoga. We will see all this tomorrow. So I will stop over here. Hare Krishna.